Hey guys, I'm Reid.
And I'm Lacey.
And welcome to Podheads.
Today we're talking about our favorite Rockstar video games. What would we do if we had like billions of dollars?
In my entire life story. Well, half of it. It's a little long, and we didn't want to push time, but...
The best joke that's in today's episode.
The best joke that's in today's episode has already been told, and that's you showing up on camera.
I could leave. And you could do this by yourself.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Anyway, see you then. That's the title.
Full circle! Full circle! Robot sex! Full circle! Motherfucker that was in the jail. That
Micah.
Fucking hate that bitch.
I'm so glad you hate Micah. I hate Micah.
Oh, in the mic.
No, I wanted to open it so it wasn't in the video.
In the mic. Yeah.
That was so crisp, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that you think so.
When I was recording a song one time, I had like a moment. Noodles is meowing outside. I had a moment where it was quiet before the beat hit again. So I was like, I'm a DJ espionage this shit up. I'm gonna go skillet on this.
I'm gonna go skillet.
And then I went up to this mic actually. This is the mic that I use to record music, and it worked so perfectly. It took up a beat, and it was just
making a beat. You're beating off, making a beat. That's a good Mythical Morning reference.
Okay, good. I'm so glad you didn't come up that with your own brain, because that was disgusting.
So look, on Good Mythical Morning, they were having this episode. I was actually in Good Mythical More, where it's like a little bit more uncut. And they're not supposed to make like any cuts during it. And I think like one of the things they pulled like from the Wheel of Mythicality was like one has to act like a parent who's mad at someone's music being too loud. And Link was acting as the parent. He's like, I'm trying to sleep. He's like, what are you doing? Beating off, making a beat. And like no one took him seriously. I wish Good Mythical Morning would guest star on this podcast. You know they have their own podcast where they talk about their sex tapes?
Not sex tapes. They have ear biscuits.
Yeah, but they talked about sex tape on it.
Like once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Caught you in a fucking lie.
Have you seen Good Mythical Evening?
No, what's that?
Oh my god. So they had like...
You keep hitting the table.
I'm sorry. It's like 2 weeks ago from when we're recording this. But they were advertising it as like the beginning of fall is going to be this one-time episode called Good Mythical Evening that's going to be posted on their website instead, where they cuss and they talk about whatever the fuck they want. And they even open the show, because I've seen clips of it opening, and I need to buy it because I want to watch it.
Buy it.
I think I am.
I want to watch it together. Yes,
please, dude. And they open the show of them just like making a chant of like saying like motherfucker, cunt, dick, piss, shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's not Link.
That sounds like us.
That's not Rhett and Link. Exactly. That's not Rhett and Link. We need
bitch.
We need one episode.
Bitch. Keep talking. I'm gonna keep saying it. Bitch.
Shut the fuck up. We need to do an episode where we do our best not to cuss at all.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, because you'd lose.
You want to start it right now?
Okay. Well, what would the winner get? No, it's over here.
Sloppy head. Sloppy head?
From Rhett or Link?
Which one's the one with the beard?
Rhett.
Link is not allowed 50 feet within my vagina. I have a restraining order against him. My vagina has a restraining order.
If we ever want to be noticed by these guys, we are cutting that out.
Nah, keep it in. They respect honesty.
They respect honesty.
What was his name? Rhett? The handsome one?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the handsome one.
Rhett. Okay, let's try not to cuss for the rest of this episode. What do we want to talk about? We want to talk about Rockstar.
Oh yeah, the gaming company.
The gaming company. They have been under some controversy ever since Red Dead Redemption 2 has launched. But I'll go over that later. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the three my 3 favorite games by Rockstar. Red Dead, the series Red Dead.
What about Red Dead Revolver? You ever heard of it?
The oldest one? No, we're not talking about that.
What?
Well, I mean,
For good reason. It was ass, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not in this my favorite series. Red Dead 1, Red Dead 2, Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Which one?
The latest one, 5.
Oh.
Grand Theft Auto 5, and then my favorite video game of all time that no one has ever heard of. I've already told you about it.
Yep. Go ahead.
My favorite video game in every essence of the word. Bully.
Honey Pop 2.
No, Bully. The video game Bully. I love that video game so much. And those are all 3 made by Rockstar, and I just recently got Red Dead 2.
From me.
I logged in on Reid's Xbox account on mine and downloaded it to my Xbox, and now I can play it on my account.
Don't look Microsoft. Don't look now.
Microsoft, shield your eyes.
Don't look now.
Don't look now. But I've been playing it like a motherfucker lately. Like, I don't play video games during the school year because I like try to get my shit done.
It still doesn't work.
But lately, like every day when I get home, I'm playing Red Dead for like 3 hours.
It's good, isn't it?
Amazing.
You know, it's if you just do strictly the campaign missions, it's a 50 to 60 hour game.
No, I'm doing side missions.
If you're 100%ing it, which I'm trying to, this is like my 3rd playthrough of it. I'm trying to.
3rd? How long have you been playing this goddamn game?
Ever since it launched, I got it. So whenever it first launched, I played it, and I just wanted to get through the story because I was just so enthralled by it. It's crazy how much I loved that story. And when I completed the story, 60 hours later, I started again because my little sister was walked in whenever I was playing it every now and then the first time. And she was like, this is really cool. And she's like, I'm really interested in this Dutch character. I'm really interested in Arthur and all that. And she's only 12. And I'm like, oh my God, this could be a bonding moment. So after I got done with it, I restarted a new save. Because I didn't even I'm not going to tell you how it ends. But I didn't even...
You best not.
I won't. I didn't even finish the last part. If you've finished it, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't even finish the last part.
Do you remember how Red Dead 1 ends?
I do. Jack Marston.
That shit made me almost cry, bro. I was 11
it's so
when
symbolic.
I played it. I was 11 when I played Red Dead 1.
Wow.
I like the story in Red Dead 1 more.
Well, you haven't finished Red Dead 2.
Did I stutter?
It's a lot of character stuff.
Did I
it is,
stutter?
especially during the first 2 chapters. But anyway, I didn't even finish the last part, if you know what I'm talking about. But I restarted a new save, and I played the rest of it through with her. And it was one of my best bonding moments with my little sister that I've ever had. And then ever since then, we've always picked a game to play through together.
Are you guys doing one right now?
We just got done with one. So we did, we started with Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'll never forget that. And then we did, God of War, even though that released a little bit ago. We did that together, and she loved that, and she cried at Red Dead Redemption 2.
Fuck. I'm shit!
She cried a couple times.
I cuss.
You did. Come here, Rhett. Anyway. We did God of War, and then she loves when we play horror games together. So we played Layers of Fear 2, which isn't very well known.
Yeah, never heard of it. I nodded my head, but I had never heard of that. I was like, oh yeah, that one.
Jacksepticeye played the first one and a little bit of the second one, and I played both with her. And then we played Resident Evil Biohazard together, and we played Resident Evil Village together.
Okay.
And
like
now,
those.
yeah, they're great. And now we're playing Poppy's Playtime, that one that's releasing in chapters.
What's that about?
I'll tell you that later.
Okay.
Let's stay on Rockstar though. But yeah, now that if you try to 100% complete it, it's like a 90 to 100 hour game. It is crazy how much they pack into that, and people still find new stuff every now and then.
Yeah, I'm not even 20% done with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think last time I checked, I was 14.
It's crazy how much they pack into that,
and I've been playing it for hours.
It is unbelievable. I find new stuff every single time I start a new playthrough.
You know that family that's building a house right between Valentine and Horseshoe Lookout?
Yes.
Is that important? Because I gave them $100.
It increased your honor. You know how Red Dead Online...
It didn't increase my honor. I gave them $100. I could have gone and gotten them lumber, but I couldn't find the lumber place they were talking about, so I just gave them $100, and it didn't give me any honor.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, wow. It should have given you honor.
Fuck.
Red Dead Online takes place a little bit after the campaign. So if you go to that same place, the house is more built.
I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, it's really cool. That goes for a lot of places, especially I can't remember what town, but in one of the towns, a lot of it is being built, and you go into Red Dead Online, and it's fully built.
Oh god. So there's a mission not at the very beginning of Red Dead 2, where you have to. Oh shit! What am I thinking about?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I'm trying to remember the mission so it can maybe give you. Okay, did you go into you just get done with the mission and it's done, like that person runs away and you're in the woods, like in the middle of nowhere, and there's a cabin right by where you just ended your mission, and I went into it and it's a bunch of skeletons. I'll take you to it. In fact, when we're done recording, I'll show it to you if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But you're in a room full of skeletons and there's a desk. All of them are in beds except for one at the very front of the room who's in a desk.
Oh.
And you pick up the letter to read it, and it's a cult letter.
Mm-hmm.
And the sky turns green.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, so there is a lot of shit like that.
In Red Dead 1, like every other thing was a natural occurring phenomenon.
Unnatural occurring.
Phenomenon. Phenomenon.
There you go! You did it! Only
Phenomenon.
took you 18 tries.
I had a speech impediment when I was little.
I had a speech impediment. I'm surprised you even got impediment out. So,
damn! Yeah, okay, who made up the word impediment, because that's a hard-ass word to say, and who spelled out dyslexia?
You know this? You know there's a word for people who are scared of words that are spelled the same forward and backwards?
And
the phobia is literally spelled the same forward and backwards.
And there's a phobia of long words, and it's like the whole fucking alphabet.
I have phobia. You know what my favorite? This is a little off topic. One of my favorite things from the last episode is when I mentioned the YouTube channel Curse Gazette. And you were like, what the fuck? You just said the whole alphabet.
I'm just so fucking funny. I'm just so funny.
But in Red Dead 2, there's a lot of dark secret shit that goes on that you can find around. And a lot of it isn't just like those white markers things, even though some of them are.
Some of them you have to like explore to fucking find.
There's a lot of mysteries that you can solve. There's one of my favorite ones is a serial killer.
And we can cut this out. In fact, I don't even know if I really want you to tell me, but I'm on Red Dead Redemption TikTok because our phones fucking listen to us and have been hearing me talk about it. So I've been on Red Dead TikTok. I didn't even like the first couple I found, and they kept giving them to me. So I'm on Red Dead TikTok now, and I found one that does Arthur get sexually assaulted?
He mentions it once or twice, and then you can find it in his journal that he was.
Is it by an old man?
I thought it was like by someone he knew.
Cause I saw it was a screenplay of someone playing Red Dead, and it's this old man, and he's cleaning off his gun, and you're playing in like your normal play mode. It's not cinematic mode or anything, so it's not a cutscene. And the caption is, "You just found out that Arthur was sexually assaulted by this man," and it just shows a video of someone blowing the brains out of this guy.
I don't know. Oh, I didn't know you could find him. I knew it happened, but I didn't know you could find him.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like one of those things, because some of the not some of the missions, but some of the mysteries, like you can read through the journal and find like little things about them and try to go solve them. And I think that might be one of them.
Oh wow, I didn't know you could find them. I really didn't.
I will have to look it up.
But
after.
I knew that happened. That's why I play it. That's why I'm so excited to do this third playthrough, because a lot of the times I am beating my gang's ass at riding to the mission faster than they are, and if I just go their speed, oh my god, the stuff they say is so interesting.
Mm-hmm. I always stick behind to listen to them.
And did you know that if you're farther away, they recorded lines twice, so that they yell at you?
Yeah,
the lines. That's crazy. That's so much recording.
I love how my honor is impeccable right now. Like I
love keeping high honor. Oh
me
my god.
too. I'm like 2 missions away. I'm like 2 strangers away from having perfect honor.
You get an achievement for it.
But anytime I see like, you know those police coaches that take prisoners from one place to another, I rescue every single last one of the prisoners, and not one of them has attacked me yet. I'm pretty sure at least one of them attacked you, but all of them are like, oh, the O'Driscoll's camp is this far away.
God, dude, I can't wait for you to do the rest of this game.
Fuck, why?
Because like they set up so many of these like little side things that happen on the side of the road and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why I loved Red Dead 1 so much.
Mhm.
I got 100% completion on Red Dead 1.
Really?
Yes.
That's really impressive. They set up all this stuff and there's so many to do, and you're only like in chapter 2, and there's so much happening on the side of the road. And halfway through the game, they flip those side things on their head, and I can't wait for you to see it.
I'm trying to remember if there were any big side missions in the first one. But you know what my favorite... the two games are very, very similar in terms of like mechanics. But my favorite thing about Red Dead 2... In Red Dead 1, if your horse died, that horse was fucking dead. Like, you had to go... The hardest thing... The most annoying thing about Red Dead 1 was that if your horse died in the middle of a mission, it would cancel the mission, which makes sense. But also, if you were out just wandering and a snake bit your horse, you had to tame a new horse on the spot. And there wasn't, like, a bonding mechanic or anything. So I love that if your horse dies in Red Dead 2, he just spawns at a stable somewhere.
If you have Horse Reviver, if it dies in the middle of a mission, it'll do that. If you lose it, it'll do that. If you have Horse Reviver, you can revive it. If it dies and you don't have Horse Reviver on you, it's dead.
I have like 2 bottles of Horse Reviver on me right now.
Good.
The bonding level I have with my horse right now is like a 5.
You get rewarded for that. You do. Like, there's some cutscenes with your horse near the end.
The more bonding you have with your horse, you know how when you're sprinting with your horse, you can calm it down? The more bonding you have, the nicer those things. Like he says, he's like, "That's my girl.
Yeah.
Like, you always get me here, girl." I'm like, ah!
Yeah. So, like, near the end, without spoiling anything, near the end of the game...
If my horse fucking dies...
If you have... Near the end of the game, there's some cutscenes that will not happen unless you have max horse bonding with your horse. And they're, like, some of the sweetest cutscenes ever.
My horse better not die. I swear to God.
My horse better not die.
Do you know how upset I was?
I hope you don't check the comments on this video just in case they spoil it.
Not enough people comment on our videos.
So go ahead.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Thank you.
Hey, that's what I did the other episode, so... Payback.
I'm Reid.
The story is crazy good in Red Dead Redemption. It's one of the few games that I gave a 10 out of 10. I don't even give Destiny 2 a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I love that game. That's my favorite game ever.
Bully is my favorite game ever.
Admittedly...
I need to make you play it.
I do need to play it. Admittedly, we've been sucking Red Dead Redemption 2's dick.
Because it deserves it.
It does deserve it. But let's try to see if there are anything we can say bad about it. And I already have a few.
Okay, hit me.
So, number 1, and I'm going to put this as number 1 because it's the most important one to me. There are horror stories about development on that game.
In what terms?
As in, like, the developers were not paid overtime. They were crunched super hard to get it out. Even though it was delayed, like, a whole year. It was terrible working conditions. Up to, like, even people who weren't, like, super duper into development. Like, people who were just doing music. Or, like, just doing...
The music in that game is...
It's beautiful. Especially music. I remember there being something big about how music people weren't getting paid right. And how they were overworked and stuff that wasn't in the contract was being asked of them as well.
What about, like, actual gameplay, though?
Gameplay? I think that there is a fine line... Okay, I have 2 things about gameplay.
Okay.
Number 1 is just a nitpick. This is just a nitpick. I think there's a fine line between a game being realistic and being too realistic because, my God, I don't want to spend 30 seconds looting a body.
Right? Oh my God. When you go into Arthur's tent and you try to sleep, there's like 50 things around him that you can inspect or go to sleep. And the thing about the movie mechanic is that it's so crisp and so clean. It's so beautiful.
It's so sensitive.
But so fucking sensitive. You could try to look in one direction, you're sprinting over there.
You could move your camera like half an inch and you're pointing at like a can of beans instead of your bed. And it's I'm glad it shows you, but ugh, man. As well as the fact that, admittedly, gameplay-wise, Red Dead Redemption 2 is basically Red Dead Redemption 1, which is basically GTA 5, which is basically GTA 4.
Hey, okay.
I'm not saying what you think I'm saying. I'm saying this open world,
But that's what Bully's an open world game. That's what Rockstar does.
I'm alright with open world. I'm saying the formula that they're doing right now is starting to get stale for me.
Yeah. I wish Rockstar would, like...
Because right now, what I see with Red Dead Redemption 2 is I see a better GTA 5 just in the West.
I wish Rockstar would like put some money into like an independent studio, cause there's like Fox and then there's Fox Feature,
Mhm.
which is like an independent studio that's still funded by Fox. I wish Rockstar would have like a sister studio that could do more experimental things.
That'd be cool. I know it wasn't too long ago that I don't know if it was investors or someone over Rockstar. Was talking to Rockstar because basically the only things that they had really released was like free DLCs for Red Dead Online and GTA Online, besides Red Dead 2. And they're like, okay, we get it. You spend a lot of time in your games. It took like 8 or 9 years for Red Dead 2, and it took 6 for GTA 5. They were like, okay, we get it. It takes a long time for you to make your games, but obviously you're good at it. We need more releases more frequently. And so that's what people think came out of the most recent tragedy in Rockstar.
What was the tragedy?
Have you heard about it?
Mm-mm.
The GTA Remastered Trilogy.
What's wrong with it?
So it just released not too long ago. I think it was half a week ago that it released. And it is in not a great condition. We only just saw the trailer like a couple months ago.
What's wrong with it though?
So
Nay. What's wrong with it?
Nay. So it remasters GTA Vice City, San Andreas, and GTA 3. And it does not look like a remaster.
No.
So for one, the only real things that look better are like object textures, or like the sky. Lighting seems to be even worse. Seems like everything is super duper dark. The character models, like the actual like model of them, all it seems they did was just smooth it. They didn't create any new models for it or anything like that, and they just updated the texture. And even that looks terrible.
Damn.
Yeah. And on top of that, it's got more bugs than the game released when it first released. Like any of those games, it's got more bugs than that. Its release has also shut down the Rockstar store, like their specific store that you can buy the games. Somehow it crashed the store. And Rockstar kind of held it hostage at one point a couple of days ago because it was like, oh, there's some files we really don't want you guys to see in the definitive edition. So we're going to keep the store offline for a little bit. And when it comes back online, you guys will be good.
Well, I love Rockstar, so
I think they make unbelievably amazing games.
I'm
and
a slut for an open world game. If
I'm a
I can run
slut-
around for
I'm a
pointless
slut.
reasons, I'm gonna do that shit.
I'm a slut for that kind of stuff too.
You're just a slut in general.
And Rockstar does do their games very well. They put so much work into the detail and stuff like that. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 came at a really good time where GTA 5 was getting stale. Not that it already is, but GTA Online is stale as hell for me now.
Yeah, I want to get GTA and play the story myself,
The
but
story is good.
yeah, I've heard. But I also want to be rich in the online version. But also, what's there to do in online anymore
So
besides like kill people that are being fucking annoying?
pew pew pew. So Red Dead Online. Okay, I found another thing bad about Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Online is bare bones compared to GTA Online.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is it boring as hell?
I'm not playing online unless you're there with me.
Yes.
Unless I need to like farm some cash.
GTA Online though makes me feel like I'm actually a part of the world, and I'm actually doing stuff as I would if I was this criminal gangster that's in there. So you can, like, my favorite thing ever is owning a business. Oh my god! And I can own a business. And I can buy warehouses. I can pick what I want to sell. And it'll like the CEO office that you have, depending on what you sell and how much you sell of it, your CEO office will start filling up with those products.
Hmm.
It's crazy cool. Like at one point, like I sold like a ton of like priceless art or whatever. I found like a bunch of paintings just like sitting on the ground or like hung up. I saw like a Mona Lisa or something. I'm like, damn, I had leftovers. It's so nice. And the heists are a thing of beauty, and I think that's what Red Dead Online is missing. It needs heists. It needs something like that.
I wish you could organize your own. Like it, Arthur
Morgan.
Morgan lacks a lot of what the main character in Red Dead 1 did, in the fact that Arthur's a follower.
He is. He is a
And
follower.
Who was not the kid, but the father?
John Marston.
Yeah, John. Okay, this is my thing with Red Dead 2's story. I'm not a big fan of Red Dead 2's story because Arthur's a follower. So far, so far.
Arthur's a follower.
He's a follower. But John, he was a loner. He was doing everything by himself. But Arthur is too, I hate to say it, but like a family man. I don't like that every mission you go on is, oh, blank got caught by the police, or blank's in Valentine, we need to go save him, or blah blah blah. Nothing is up to Arthur. You see what I'm saying? You pick up what I'm putting down? Oh fuck.
I can't wait.
Does he like run away from home or some shit?
No, he doesn't, but oh my god, dude.
Should we stop this recording and just play Red Dead?
I think we should. Dude. Oh my god, I'm just saying, it's called Redemption for a reason, dude. There is so much shit that goes on. The only reason why
what the fuck happened in Blackwater? They just refer to it as what happened in Blackwater.
It's mentioned like a few times in Red Dead 1, you know?
Are they taking place simultaneously?
It takes place before Red Dead 1.
I didn't know that.
It's John Marston before Jack's in the camp. Jack's a little kid.
Oh, fuck!
You didn't know that? It takes place before. Of course it does. Remember the first time you see John, he's got mauled by wolves. That's how he got the scar on his face.
Oh my fucking god.
Look at you!
Fucking god! No, that's him?
Yes, that's John Marston. He calls him John. Everyone calls him John Marston. Everyone likes to call him Marston. Abigail's there too, and she's always hanging around little Jack. He's a little toddler. The little blonde kid that you keep seeing?
Yeah, I know he's the only kid at the camp.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, he gets mauled by bears?
He got mauled by wolves when you first saw him. When you found him on the mountain? With a Javier. It was like the second mission that you did. You went up the mountains on horses.
Oh shit, that's him?
Yeah, and you ended up shooting wolves with shotguns. He looks so young, doesn't he?
Yes, what the fuck?
It's a prequel.
Oh my god, I thought they were like...
Because
I thought they were just trying to explain that life in the mountains is hard.
No, I thought... I caught
Fuck, I have to go back and play Red Dead 1.
I caught it on because I remember Red Dead 1 took place like 1914.
Yeah.
And as soon as you open Red Dead 2's story, it says, by 1899, yada yada. So it takes 15 years before the events of Red Dead 1.
I didn't know Jack was that old.
Oh, yeah.
Because he looks like a good, 30-something now.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Because, by the time John's doing stuff, up and being uppity and stuff, he's a little bit older. I love it. It's a prequel. Dude, I'm telling you, man.
What the fuck did we do in Blackwater?
Oh my god, dude, because he talks about it in Red Dead 1. He does. I don't know if you caught on. Did you know that? Never mind.
What?
I don't know if you're catching on to stuff that happened in Red Dead 1.
I played it 6 years ago,
that's true.
Reid.
That's true.
Do I need to read up on the plot?
No,
for Red
you
Dead
don't.
1?
You don't. But...
Would it enhance my Red Dead 2 experience?
A little bit.
Then yeah, I'm going to read it. Right?
Okay. So there's a, half the gang members that are in Red Dead 2 are in Red Dead 1.
Explain the plot to Red Dead 1 for me.
Okay, so Red Dead 1...
Okay!
Red Dead Redemption 1 begins as John Marston births from the canal of his mother. No. What game did
I
you
like
play?
vaginas, but that's too much.
What game did you play? So he's approached by the Pinkerton Detective Agency, which is also in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mm-hmm.
And they make him a deal to hunt his old gang. And he's okay with that because he split with the gang because they had a terrible, devastating falling out. And he always cites how it all started with Blackwater and this failed job.
Dream.
Yeah, this failed job that happened in Blackwater, this ferry job that happened. And that's all he ever really says about it. But you hunt down the people that are in there. I remember you hunt down...
I remember the Javier mission.
Yep, you hunt down Javier.
That's my favorite mission from Red Dead 1.
It is?
Yes, where you go to, the middle of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I like that in Red Dead 1, you can go to Mexico.
Yeah. I love how long of a journey it is. But,
I feel like the map in Red Dead 1 might be bigger.
Dutch is in Red Dead 1. Dutch is the main enemy in Red Dead 1.
Is he the one that eventually goes to the barn? And...
Shoots? No, that's
Yeah.
the Pinkertons.
Okay.
That's the Pinkertons because John does what the Pinkerton says, and he finishes the job and he kills the rest of the gang. And the Pinkertons show up anyway. That's why it's a tragic story. They show up anyway and they shoot him. And Dutch, however, was the leader of that gang, and he's the guy that you're chasing around. You always just miss him, whether it be like in a hotel or a bar.
Damn, I need to replay Red Dead 1.
Mm-hmm.
When we are done, are you starting over Red Dead 2 soon?
Mm-hmm.
When we're done with Red Dead 2, do you want to download Red Dead 1 and play it?
Yes. We should.
Because I always thought that Jack was more of an attractive person than John. And I liked when you got to play as Jack. Because I was like, damn, he kind of hot. He kind of fine or whatever.
So yeah, okay, knowing that, you have to know that
so the gang does split up.
Something big does happen before the end of the game. And they're like a family. They're such a close-knit family right now.
Yeah.
Something big does happen that has to split them up like that. And it's so tragic, their fall from grace. Especially... I can't say it.
That's crazy because John seems like such a minute character in Red Dead 2.
He does. And it's just because...
Did they do that on purpose?
They only do it just because in the first one... I mean, the first few chapters. Because he doesn't really have...
It's mostly Javier, Lenny, Dutch, and... Hosea and the motherfucker that was in the jail that shot up.
Micah.
Fucking hate that bitch.
I'm so glad you hate Micah. I hate Micah.
The whole...
Micah. You're gonna learn to love him.
No.
No, I'm kidding. You won't.
I was about to say, he shot up a whole town.
From beginning to end, you're gonna hate him. He has his uses.
Is he in Red Dead 1?
I don't think so. There's a few in there that just aren't in there.
I wish Bully had a prequel. Not a prequel. A sequel. Yeah. Where you go off to like college or something. Bully, by the way. Have I explained the plot to you yet?
No, never.
Oh, God. Okay, so you are a kid named Jimmy Hopkins, and your mom is sick and tired of your shit, so she sends you to a boarding school.
Sounds like you.
Because you're obviously a bully. So you've been expelled out of a lot of schools.
That's the title!
Full circle! Full circle! Robot sex! Full circle!
Full circle!
So obviously you're a bully, and you've been expelled from a bunch of schools.
Mm-hmm.
So your mom's sick and tired of your shit, and she sends you to a boarding school called Bullworth.
Bullyworth?
Bullworth. Bullworth.
There you go.
Bullworth. I spelled it right!
I spelled it right. And... bare minimum.
So, you get there and everyone's making fun of you because there's a bunch of different cliques that are very important to completing the game. You have the jocks, the preps, the nerds, the townies, and the greasers.
Oh, okay.
Do not yawn. This is very important to me.
I yawned.
Do not fucking yawn. And they all make fun of you because you don't necessarily fit into one of them.
Go on.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. You're strong like the jocks. You're like mouthy like the greasers, and you have as much power over the town as the preps do. So you don't really fit in, and everyone's kind of jealous of you. No.
Oh.
Well, the nerds are just scared of you, so you don't fit in.
Huh.
And but you are pretty smart. So everyone's making fun of you. You don't fit in, and so this guy. Oh fuck! What's his fucking name?
John Marston.
Gary
Marston.
Gary Marston. This guy named Gary comes up to you. He's a prep. And he's like, you and I can run the school. You and I are going to beat these people up and we're going to become the king of the
mastermind.
School. So for the first half of the game, for the first third of the game, you're working with Gary to get your popularity up. And your popularity with all the cliques go up. That's the main part. And if you can go into certain places in school and in the surrounding towns and whatnot. And then Gary kind of pulls the rug out from underneath you, and he tells everybody that you suck. And so Gary's now the king of the school, which he wasn't before. You both started as loners, and now he's the king, and you're back at the bottom again.
Betrayal.
And then it's your mission to climb back up the ranks, and you become the king of the school again. And then Gary tears you back down, and then you have to do it all over again. But it's an open world game. It's by Rockstar. And I just played it growing up. I played it on the PlayStation 2, my brother's PlayStation 2, and I never got 100% completion because there's so many things that are hidden that you have to find. It's a lot. For when it was made in 2004, 2006, one of those.
What do you think it's a lot like?
Red Dead.
again, the formula is becoming stale. Keep going.
But I love.
It's a good formula, but then you change something.
I love the story of a shitty boy who's a shitty boy and gets popular for being a shitty boy, but he has to find things while he's being shitty. That's
yes, that genre.
GTA. That's GTA. That's Red Dead, and that's Bully.
Yeah.
And tell me I'm fucking wrong.
They love the betrayal stories.
Yes, I love them. And I don't know, it's my favorite game of all time. There's so many missions. I don't like the sexism that happens in the game.
There's sexism that goes on in the game.
So many of your missions are taking pictures of naked girls. And it takes place in a boarding school, so they're in like
that's what they're doing at boarding school.
10th grade.
That's what they're doing at boarding school, though.
But does that make it right?
No, it doesn't.
Exactly. And it's a nice portrayal of like the things that teenagers get up to, but I don't know. I don't take pictures of naked girls. I wish. You think I'm cooler than I am.
No, I don't.
You motherfucker! Hey! You want to talk about your ring? Do we need to get a Destiny moment in? Please don't lick it. Please, Reid Robinson.
Actually, this is a good segue. So look, this is Reid Robinson. So look, this is a Destiny ring. I don't know if you can see it very well. I got it from doing the Water Glass that was remastered on Destiny 2. It came out for free since it was already a raid that was in Destiny 1. You could play it.
You can play it.
Just gonna put that out there. You guys can play it. Destiny is free to play with a cool raid. And this coming year, they're gonna add another second free raid just for free. Just to do it for shits and giggles.
For shiggles.
For shiggles. For giggles. But
for shits.
I got this for doing it within the first couple of days. And the offer ended after first couple of days, and it's so freaking pretty. On the back of it,
My bridges.
at the end of the raid, whenever you're killing the boss,
I said yes.
She's the model right now.
I said yes.
Whenever you're killing the final boss, Atheon, a lot of it has to do with the Vex, which I've talked about a little bit on the podcast. Where they're like time traveling, like time manipulating robots.
The ring's stuck on my finger. No, okay, got it.
They're time manipulating robots. And the entire time throughout that last boss fight, they're literally sending you 2 different times, and you have to escape, whether it be in the future or the past. And whenever you break out of the future or the past to come back and kill the boss, it has a little message that appears at the bottom and it says "Guardians make their own fate."
Have I told you how interesting you sound?
And that's engraved on the back of the ring.
Yeah, it's a cool ring. I really like it.
For those who don't know, the Kentucky has been delayed.
Why is that?
I don't have a date yet, but it's definitely gonna be next year.
Nay.
It's definitely gonna be next year. Just because I got done animating everything, the voices and everything, all make sound effects done.
Who is voicing oh god. What's her name? She's like the main character. Rakana? I know her name. Who's she being voiced by?
So the guy who plays Lisbon,
You motherfucker.
he had this girl audition, and I think she sounds great. She sounds like she could be a really good Rakana. We're still like in the voicing phase of it because I asked around, and no one really wants to voice Rakana, unfortunately. But we'll get into it. That's one of the reasons why it's delayed. But
Don't fucking touch me. Get off of me.
what a funny joke!
Who's voicing Rakana?
You.
Who?
You.
Yeah. Roll it back. Roll it back.
Me.
I'm voicing Rakana. Please step back.
With a real Rakana, please stand up.
I'm in my pajamas, boy. I ain't standing the fuck up. Unless they want to see my pajamas.
No one wants to see your pajamas.
No, they're lesbian pajamas. They're red flannel. Wait, covering up, because I don't have underwear on. I don't have underwear on right now. And it has a penis hole.
I was half expecting you to have a diaper on.
Nope.
Not this episode.
Not this one. No undies.
I can't believe you. At the same time, I absolutely can't believe you.
I stood up and farted into the mic one time. Tried to.
I was there for that.
Yeah.
For both times that you've tried.
I'm gonna do it one day.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
Now I can like tell the story at parties that I tried to persuade Dipper Pines to not fart into the microphone while I was on a podcast.
What parties do you go to? Besides my Halloween party, when was the last time you went to a party?
Before COVID. No, well, actually.
Was it a party or like a party? Was it like a fun thing or was it like oh, my friends are coming over?
No, I went to a couple of parties. They were usually Halloween stuff. Yeah, actually, not Halloween, holiday stuff. Usually whenever holiday comes around, someone invites me to a party, and I'm like, okay, I'll be there, maybe.
I wish I was rich so I could like hold... how do I feel about party? I like decorating for parties and I like being the host, but I don't like cleaning up after. If I would like to be rich so I could hold parties and then not clean up after them.
Oh.
What would you do if you were rich?
I am rich.
Reid, what would you do if you were rich?
Oh my god.
Prostitutes? I mean, ladies of the night.
I would buy like one of those animals I know the government has, but they're just not telling us about.
You would buy an alien?
No, it's like, it's got like the body of a hawk and the head of an angel and
What the fuck are you talking about?
the eyes of a snake.
Reid? Reid, I told you not to join a cult. Reid?
The hands of
a woman that wants to have sex with you? I don't think those exist.
a shrimp.
Reid, what the fuck? Snap out of it. If you were rich, snap out of it. Snap out. You know what we didn't do? We didn't clap. We didn't clap to sync up the audio.
We usually clap before and we cut it out to sync up the audio. We didn't do it. It's gonna be hard to do it on whose part? Because you edit it? Oh, no. I edit it.
I told you I would edit them if I knew fucking how.
But you're gonna do ass at it. I'm kidding.
Do you want to have an editing competition?
Bitch, you don't want to try me.
If you teach me how to use whatever you're fucking using?
Yeah, I bet you don't want to try me. Snap out of it. If I was rich, I'd buy a new friend.
What do you mean, a new friend? You have friends?
If I was rich...
You can't buy a new personality, motherfucker. If I was rich... I'm thinking. If I was rich...
You'd buy a girl... Never mind.
I'd buy a what?
I'd say something really mean.
What were you gonna say? Say it. I
said if you were rich, I was gonna say, if you were rich, you would buy a long-term relationship. Cause you... If I was rich, what would I do? I would probably pay off all my debts and all my parents.
From those 5 years you went to college.
Please. Shut the fuck up.
Do you want to tell that story?
No. You're the only person I've ever told that to.
Really? Only person ever?
Yes.
Other than Katie?
No. Because I'm embarrassed as hell by it.
Oh my god. I feel so...
Never mind.
Okay, you'd pay off your debts.
I'd pay off my debts. And I'd pay off all my parents' debts. And I'd pay off half of my extended family's debts because some of the debts they deserve. And I'd pay for my sister to never get into college. And
I'd pay a bounty hunter.
I'd pay a bounty hunter to kill my criminal sister.
Not kill, capture.
Capture my criminal sister and send her off to Tahiti. You're gonna get that joke later in Red Dead 2.
Okay.
Tahiti. But, and then what I do is I just, like, go ham. I would put, like, a little bit into savings or whatever, or into stocks. And then I would, like, get my dream house. And then I'd be like, hey, I want to interview at Bungie. And they'll be like, no, you're not qualified. And I'll be like, how about now? And they're like, oh, what a generous donation, Mr. Robinson.
If I was rich.
Actually, I would probably just donate it to Bungie just because of how much they've affected my life.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
If I was rich, I would firstly get a financial advisor. And then
you can't handle your money.
And then I would open up a Roth and 401k account and do all the shit that I need to do for that. So I have my retirement planned out.
Boring as fuck.
Hey, I'm getting there. I want to lay a foundation. And then I'll make sure I have enough money for college and shit. And then I'd buy a nice car. Not like a Tesla, but like a nice car. Maybe an electric car.
A bug. A Beetle.
Maybe a Tesla, but like one of those $30,000 Teslas.
Aren't the Beetles dead? Keep going.
Anyway. One of them got shot. Anyway.
It did? I thought we were getting a plane crash. Keep going.
So I'd like get my retirement stuff filled out, my school stuff filled out. I'm getting there. And then I would produce an album. Is that better?
Yes.
Is that more exciting? Yeah, I do an album. Get a restraining order against Reid.
I would pay the police to look the other way.
What am I?
You would pay for an album? What would you name it?
I don't know. Fuck if I know. Growing Pain, something.
Normal paper cuts.
Just paper cuts.
Just regular paper cuts.
I don't know what I'd have to like. It would probably be a concept album.
Concept? What's the concept?
Just the story of somebody coming to terms with who they have become.
You're not smart enough for that.
How much does a bounty cost? How much does an assassin cost?
In Destiny 2, the daily bounties cost 250 glimmer. And they got rid of the weekly bounties, so you can't get weekly bounties anymore. They turned into weekly challenges as of per 2 seasons ago.
You are a fucking nerd. I never said it was a bad thing, but it might be.
Well, not dude.
Are you ticklish?
Yes. We've been over this. You're more ticklish than I am, so you better chill out. Because I will kill your ass. Ah!
I'm growing up my fingernails, bitch. I will hurt you.
I'm growing up my fingernails,
Roar.
bitch.
Look how long my thumbnails are.
Aren't
those super long?
I usually just make thumbnails on this editing app that
Reid. What's your first name again?
Robinson.
No.
Robinson Reid. That's what it says on my driver's license.
What?
Smell like one of those. Oh, what is it? Oh, what is it? It's one of those jelly beans from that
Bean Boozled?
Bean Boozled, yeah.
We should do Bean Boozled. On here.
I would throw up.
We should do Bean Boozled on here. No, if I was rich, I'd get all of my stuff out of the way. I'd buy a nice little new car. I would do an album. And then I'd probably like move away.
Where would you move?
Anywhere but here.
Same. Well, not anywhere but here. I want to go to Alabama.
Move up to New York with me. Not New York. Shit, I don't want to live in
New York.
North Carolina.
New York.
No.
Let's go.
Hey! If we're with people at the time, we'll live close to each other.
Okay.
For those of you who are listening to the audio, our audio listeners, Reid just stretched and I lightly tapped him on the chest.
Lightly tapped him on the chest.
I did like that. Do that mean?
Okay.
I would say do it to my stretch, but I like hit you straight where your titties would be. I don't have titties. Go ahead.
That's like, you don't have any. What are you talking about?
I know. Are you thinking about moving out anytime soon? Because Reid is a little baby boy and lives with his parents. Out of choice. He could have moved already.
I could have. If it wasn't for 3 people in a row flaking. But
yeah, do you have any plans lined up for moving out soon?
I do. There's nothing super duper concrete, but I am trying to move out super duper soon. At least by the time before February, before the Witch Cream drops in Destiny 2, I want to be moved out.
The Witch Cream.
I'm asking those days off for work because I need to be able to like freaking grind on that video game.
Bounce. Wow.
We've only been living in that house for a little bit. You
can move out and we can set up a recording studio in that bitch.
We could.
Yeah.
That's what I've been thinking of, man. Because we could like.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: there's
Yeah.
gonna be a season 2.
Yeah, we're breaking this up by seasons. What, 20 episodes a season?
I think 21. 20 this season, and then
25 the next.
depending on whether we're trying to do weekly or not.
Yeah.
Because we might do like 50 if that's the case.
Yeah.
Just so it could end around the same time that season 1 ended annually. But I was thinking like if we ever hit season 2 and we had a designated place to do it, because right now we're in the basement of a horror, and
We're in my basement.
Oh.
I live down here.
I live down here. I look for the One Ring. You do look like reminding me of
Schmeat?
Smeagol. Gollum.
I know what you're talking about. I look like Schmeagol.
My precious. And you got the voice too. And the eyes. And the receding hairline.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
I'm kidding.
You know I don't like my
I'm
forehead.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
You know I don't
I'm
like my
kidding.
forehead.
I was joking.
Precious.
Look out, Della.
Bitches, motherfucker.
The one time that we mentioned Della in the podcast is gonna be that. Anyway, we've been in that house for a little bit. So, life story time.
Oh yeah, well, okay.
Okay. You might find out some things that you didn't know either.
Are you sure? I know a lot about you. I know more than I care.
Okay, I'll go through it and you tell me what you didn't know.
Okay.
So, trying to think of the first thing I ever remember.
You were born in Mother Russia.
Darkness, cold, yet warm, wet, red, sudden brightness. Man in white pulls me out. Oh, not that early.
Are you?
I've made 2 office references in this podcast so far, and you still haven't caught on to them.
Well, now I have. What was the first one?
The animal thing that I went off about. Because Michael Scott once started naming an animal like that.
What animal thing?
Whenever
You know I have short-term memory loss.
She has dementia. Whenever he was talking, he was like, the body of like an eagle.
Oh.
And the head of a
That
seal.
really unfunny bit you were doing?
Anyway. I was born in Russia. I think the town was called Kyrgyzstan, I think. I don't know. I saw dust blowing down. And I went
Kyrgyzstan.
I think it was called Kyrgyzstan. I don't know. It was right on...
Nerdistan.
It was near the edge of Russia. And my mom was like... My biological mom. She was like, whoa, what a cute baby, but you have spine problems. So I'm putting you in the orphanage. And...
Damn.
Yeah. And my grandma at the time was like, oh my god, you heartless bitch. And she was like, I'm going to take care of you. Let's move to the Ukraine. 1 week into the Ukraine. You have a spine problem. I'm putting you in the orphanage.
Damn.
So, I went through 2. And they put me into the orphanage that's right on the border of Russia and Kazakhstan. So, I stayed there for a year.
So you're like 2 at this point?
No, I'm 1. Because it was only like a couple of months that they took to decide that they didn't want me. I was 1 around the time I was adopted. But from when I was in the orphanage and when I was adopted, apparently I had made really good friends with someone named Sasha, and it was a boy. It was a boy named Sasha. And I was super duper good friends with them. I've always wondered like if I ever would find them again. But our names usually change from once we leave the orphanage.
Were you renamed?
Yep. My name originally is... They called me Renat.
Renat.
But my full name was Renat Hatsanavanat Ratkatovich.
Ooh.
Right?
Ooh.
I've counted, it's got 26 letters on it.
Ooh, that's the alphabet.
That's exactly it. It don't have every letter in it, but it sounds like it.
Ooh. Say it again.
Renat Hatsanavanat Ratkatovich.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's a paragraph.
So nice.
It's a paragraph.
No, it's nice.
So my parents came in, the parents I have now. This was their first kid that they wanted to get because they were told that they were infertile. Like super duper infertile. They were like, Dad, you're infertile. Mom, you're barren.
like Chandler and Monica from Friends.
Yeah.
To pull it back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
They could not have swimmers.
They could not. So, they went to the orphanage, and they did this a little differently than what usual adoptions do, which is nowadays you get to, like, see the kids online. You can already know which one you
It's
want.
like eBay.
I hate to compare it to that.
eBaby.
I hate to compare it to that. But in this one, they wanted to just go to the orphanage and get one without knowing which one they were exactly going to get. Apparently, my mom took 2 steps in and she saw me and wanted me. And I loved that. I was apparently sitting on a stool with a little tin cup I had stolen from Sasha because I apparently had a really bad
You kleptomaniac.
I had a bad habit of stealing food, specifically food and drink from babes, and so they were like, "You don't want him." Not for that, but they said that people at the orphanage, whenever my mom was like, "That one, I want that one. He's the most adorable one. I love him. Oh my goodness." They're like, "Oh no, he has spine problem. He will cause you problem later in life. You don't want him."
You are kind of.
Stop.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It has nothing to do with your spine. Your personality is just garbage.
And so my mom was like, "Wow, that's really stupid and dumb and mean of you to say. I want him anyway." And so what?
I was about to ask something,
What?
and I don't know if it's like wrong to ask. How much did you cost? Is that like a bad thing to ask?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Is it really?
Yes. I make it like a mission for me every single time because we've adopted a lot, and I'll get to that later. I make it a mission every single time that my parents adopted to try my hardest to forget the number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how much I did. I don't know how much I cost, and I don't know how much any of the other ones cost. I don't want to know. 'Cause I feel like putting it to a number is really bad. But
If I was adopted and my brother was adopted, I would just constantly be like, I cost more than you, or something like that.
Oh my god. Never would I ever.
And that's the one I don't like.
I'm sure I cost more than Anna. But so they came over there and they wanted to get 2. So they got me and they got Anna. And Anna had been delivered there from Kazakhstan. She was in the same orphanage as I was.
Okay.
And she was born just 8 months before.
So she's older than you?
No.
You said 8 months before?
Yeah, but I had been in an orphanage for like
a
little bit longer.
Oh.
She's 4 months younger than me. So I was the eldest. And still am. And so they took...
Not changed.
Nothing has changed. I went younger. But they took us, and as soon as we got to South Carolina, they took us to Charleston Hospital. And the doctors there were like, "Okay, we'll patch him up. He probably won't be able to walk though for the rest of his life." And then they looked at my spine and they were like, "Oh my god, the nerves weren't damaged from your spina bifida." That's what it's called. I didn't even mention that. It's called spina bifida. The nerves weren't damaged from spina bifida for some reason. He's like, "I think we can make this work." So another part of the reason why I'm not very tall is because I don't even know what they call them, like the discs in your spine,
Yeah.
or whatever.
That's one, yeah.
Yeah. Like 3 or 4 of them are plastic, for me. In my back, 3 or 4 of them are like plastic, rubber-ish. I don't know what it's called. It's like flexible plastic, and they threaded the nerves right through them, and I was able to walk, and they called me a miracle baby. I was the miracle baby of Charleston Hospital for a good 6 months, and
You do be a miracle baby.
oh,
You do be a miracle, comma, baby.
it was really cool. According to my mom, because I don't remember a goddamn thing. Except for riding around in a red wagon. Oh, I have to hurry up and finish this. Okay. So I met Lacey in the end. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for this episode. We tried to stay on topic. I think we did
Okay.
I think we did relatively well.
yeah.
We didn't have a script for this one either. This one and the last one didn't have a script. Or
Yeah.
this one and the clay one,
Didn't have a script.
they did not have a script.
And they always run over time. But that's okay.
Yes, they do. The clay one ran way over time.
Tell them how long we recorded.
We recorded that clay one for 2.5 hours. There's still an hour of footage that you guys did not see. And I don't want you to. This one might as well be our first guest star episode because Lacey's not gonna be on the podcast anymore.
What the fuck?
If we haven't talked about it yet. Yeah, we've been over this. So if we haven't talked about it yet, we don't like Lacey anymore. We've heard you guys' comments and the stuff you keep sending us, especially the reviews on Apple Podcasts.
Did I just get fired?
We
we
are
have a
getting
5-star
rid.
review on Apple Podcasts.
We are getting rid of Lacey.
Where can they find us, Reid? Where can they find us, you and me, Reid and Lacey?
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. You can find us on all 3 of those sites. I'm trying to get the chapters up a little quicker.
Quickly.
Sorry, I turned it into you.
Damn.
I'm trying to get the chapters up a lot more. Oh my god, a lot quicker.
Well, before Reid has an aneurysm, we're gonna have to call this one quit.
I'll see you in the next one. She won't.
Bye, guys.
Bye.